here today? Raise your hand if you're new here. First time here. All right, man. Applause to everybody that's here. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to start off by giving Rob. Clifton is running for House District 131. He's here to talk a few minutes. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So, my name's Rob Clifton. Born and raised here in Augusta, Georgia. Went to school at Augusta Christian, graduated, and went to Auburn University. I know in a room like this, that'll probably cost me some votes. But I'm a third generation graduate from Auburn, so I really never stood a chance. I played football for Auburn for 2 years while I was there. That was a very challenging situation, and honestly, I credit that to a lot of who I am today. I'm a very driven individual, and I've never backed down from a challenge. So I'm a conservative, and I'm a constitutional conservative, pro-life, pro-Second Amendment. I'm a businessman, and a conservative businessman. I came back into our company 7 years ago. And 4 years ago, I took the realm as CEO. In those 7 years, we have tripled in capacity, we've almost doubled in size, and we have about 5 times increase in revenue. That's not from unnecessary spending, that's from making sure that what we do is correct, and making sure that how we spend the money, and so that when we are able to make a profit, we share back into the community. We tithe to churches, we give to nonprofits, and then we profit share with our people. So it's very important for me that our company does make a profit and does well. So I said I'm a conservative. I'm going to be short and sweet because I know y'all's time is very important. So I'm going to make 3 quick points, and then I'd love for some questions. Again, I'm a businessman. I pay my fair share of taxes, which is more than I would like to pay. If I'm elected, I want to go in and look at the budget. You know, one of the things we did in our company is we made sure we didn't have unnecessary spending. I believe that in all government, there is a tremendous amount of unnecessary spending. And I plan on looking at that, making those cuts so that we can reduce taxes. Again, I'm born and raised here. I have 2 young kids. I love this community. I absolutely love it. I've watched it change, I've watched it grow, and I've watched it as it has shifted. There's still so much good about what we have. As my kids grow up, I want to make sure we keep this great community and the conservative values, because I want my kids to be able to come back one day. I lived in Atlanta after I graduated Auburn because me and my dad had an agreement that I would go work for someone else for at least 2 years. And 2 years turned to 6 years, and when I got the call, I was very excited to come home. So when I did come home and realized what just an amazing place this was, I want to make sure that I am able to help continue that for the children and your children and the generations to come. So finally, I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's my platform. I'm a businessman. I'm not a politician. I'm not going anywhere else. I'm not running for governor. I'm not running for the Fed. I'm running to represent my community here. And when I'm done, I'm going to still be here. I've got 25, 30 years left to work. I plan on retiring here. I plan on handing my business down to my son if that's what he chooses to do one day. So, again, short and sweet, that's who I am. Do I get 1, 2, any questions?
Probably one. Let me,
I have a question.
Yes.
The most important thing for me as a mom is if you are pro-life, if you stand for life. That is my number 1 issue. I don't know how the other people feel here, but are you pro-life?
Absolutely. I believe life starts at conception. Science look and they believe that actually conception, there's a flash of light that happens. I believe that's God's touch at that point in time to bring those individuals into the world.
Thank you.
That was easy. Can I get one more?
Yeah, one more.
Real fast.
One more quick one.
Where are you on paper ballot?
I learned a lot today. When 2020 happened, I was everyone called me a conspiracy theorist. I served on a couple different boards. I'm the chair of the Government Affairs Committee. I'm on the Columbia County Chamber Board of Directors. I made a statement in a room about this and actually was withheld from being on certain boards for a while. So I went back and tried to do some research, but I learned a lot today. I'm in favor. I don't believe our elections are secure. I talk to my friends and they say, why would I go vote? The decision's already been made. And that's our constitutional right. That's what makes us so different than everybody else. We have got to vote. We can't stop voting even with a broken system, but we have it. Let's show it. Let's back it up and refer and confirm to the people that this was right. And when people don't want to do that, what is there to hide? So I'm in favor of a secure election, and I think we have a lot of work to do to make sure we get there.
All right, thank you, Rob. All right, David Byrne, next up.
Of different solutions that I'm bringing to Georgia. On the topic of elections, there's only one person who can verify that your vote counted for the right person, and that is you. You have no ability to do that right now at all. So here's what I propose. When I voted, I got a printout that had who I voted for when I voted early for president. As we all discussed, that form has a bunch of issues with it. I don't need to cover the issues we already did. So what I would like to see changed in the state of Georgia, and I already have this on my YouTube channel, it's already on my website, I'm not making this up for you. You need to be able to take that receipt home. We need it serialized, printed on serialized paper. You should be able to take that paper home. It should tell you everyone you voted for, and you should be able to go to a public ledger where you can go actually see who you and everyone else voted for. Now, before you say, your vote would not be public, and the reason is because you would only be identified on that public ledger by the serial number, which no one else would have access to except the elections department. Right. Okay, so if you don't mind, let me finish. If you now have a receipt of who you voted for, so if there's a discrepancy between the receipt, before you walk out, you verify, yep, that's who I voted for. You get home and the online ledger doesn't match your receipt, now you can go to the elections department. You have something to say, hey, look at my receipt. It doesn't match the online ledger. Now you can prove voter fraud easily. You don't even need to go to court. You say, look, here's my receipt, doesn't match the ledger, and you're done. Now that we need a recount, right? That actually, it's the only solution I've been able to come up with that empowers you as a voter, and you don't even need to go to court, right? So, these are the types of solutions I want to bring to Georgia. This is what I'm proposing. I'm always open to better ideas. If there are issues with my ideas, I'm always open to it. And now I'd like to open up for any quick questions. I know we're short on time.
Hello? Hello? Any questions? No questions for Dave? You want to add a little bit more? You have a couple minutes.
Let's see. Oh, on elections. One thing we have a big problem with are the fact that we do not have informed elections. A lot of people just vote D or R all the way down the ballot. They have no idea who they're voting for. Most people, by the time they make it to my level, don't even know who the House districts are. They stop about maybe U.S. House of Representatives. I would love to see all elections turn to write-in elections. So you actually have to know who you're voting for. People have sloppy handwriting, that's no problem. You can type in the name on the machine, and again, it will print it on your receipt. So bad handwriting is not a problem. So we combine the two solutions that I just talked about, write-in voting. Now we've established informed election by your vote. And you don't even need to go to court to do it. That there was fraud. You can simply say, my receipt doesn't match the public ledger. And again, I know I heard some grumblings in the crowd. This would be the serial number on the public ledger, so you wouldn't be able to spy on your neighbor and figure out who they voted for. I've already taken care of that. I've already made sure that's the case because I know that would be a concern. So thank you everyone for your time. My website is aboutdavidbyrne.us. Like I said, I have about 56 pages of solutions on topics. I try to be the only candidate, in my opinion, that's accountable because I can't tell you what you want to hear because it's written on my website. So you can go on my website and you actually can compare what I wrote for the public to see, and you'll be able to tell if I lied to you. So I like to think of myself as the only accountable candidate because I put myself out there. I chose to write down the issues. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, David.
I appreciate it.